on Sportsmanlike on the ESPN app, the Sirius XM Channel 80. And if you missed it, you can catch up all 4 hours of the show on the Unsportsmanlike podcast, available daily wherever you get your podcasts. So Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Haliburton are some of the best players in the NBA, as we know, Myron. Donovan Mitchell was on the Cavs team that won a lot of games this year, had a disappointing exit in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, and that happened against a Indiana Pacers team led by Tyrese Haliburton, whose season got cut short in the most devastating way in the Game 7 of the NBA Finals. There's a conversation, though, about where exactly they fit into the mix among the hierarchy of NBA players. And I want you to hear from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, two-time NBA champion, who was on the Dog Talk podcast. He had this to say just about how seriously he views these two players in the superstar category.
Do you categorize Haliburton as a superstar?
No, that's what we're going off of. And even I wouldn't even build a team around Donovan Mitchell either.
Why wouldn't you build one around Donovan?
He's a superstar, but to superstars can win the games. Can you do that consistently every night? Go out there and try to win me a game.
I mean,
can he average 25, 8 and 8?
Yes. Well, I don't know about 8 and 8, but I would say
Bron did his whole career.
But I'm saying Donovan Mitchell
we talking about superstars, though. We talking about getting teams involved, getting players involved, going out and, when my team need me to win, I'm going to go get this win. I can't do that with Donovan Mitchell. And I'm 50-50 with Haliburton because Haliburton can average 25, 8, 8.
I see it.
He's just not. For me, it's not. It's not. He's clutch now, but consistently throughout the game, I need you to be consistent with shooting the ball, your playmaking, all that. I don't think he's getting there. But it's still inconsistent.
That was Kentavious Caldwell-Pope on the Dog Talk podcast talking about Tyrese Haliburton of the Indiana Pacers, Donovan Mitchell of the Cleveland Cavaliers, whether they're truly in superstar territory. He made some valid points. I mean, I think especially when it came to Haliburton there at the end, saying, can you consistently do it? Because, if it wasn't game 1 of the NBA Finals where he and the team make a thunderous comeback on the Thunder's home floor to steal that game and then steal game 2, they're games where he disappeared. You can't have disappearing acts and be a superstar, Myron.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great conversation. I blame us. We have crowned far too many people as superstars in this sport. Anytime someone gets hot, anytime someone wins a title, we go, that's a superstar. I legitimately think there are only 3 superstars in the NBA, Steph, LeBron, and KD. For me, it's longevity, consistency. It's what they've done over the course of their careers. And then it's the spotlight as well. How many people know Tyrese Haliburton and Donovan Mitchell? Yeah, it was a big run in the playoffs, but that's not superstar to me. That's good player. So I think the real conversation is what tier is sort of Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Haliburton in, and I think I agree. Are those really good players? Yes. But if you were starting a team, Courtney, I don't think they're in your top 15 players that you would pick in the NBA if the goal is to win a championship.
But didn't Cleveland effectively do that? Didn't they build around Donovan Mitchell? That's the entire reason that he's there, because they needed somebody in the backcourt to elevate everybody around him. And we have seen that, where he's had to put that Superman cape on almost to a fault. And yes, he sometimes takes on too much of that, but I just don't. Cleveland doesn't see the logic there. They did go out and build around Donovan Mitchell. They brought in all of these pieces. Heck, even in free agency, and I know it's been a little quiet for them, the trade for Lonzo Ball and Sanding Okoro to the Chicago Bulls, that's still with Donovan Mitchell in mind and making sure that their best player is going to be playing at his best so then everybody else can play at their best. I don't buy that Donovan Mitchell wasn't the player that you built around when we've already seen Cleveland go out and do that.
But where'd they go, Courtney? I mean, that has to be a part of the conversation.
They were injured.
Well.
I honestly think that they got a little too big for their britches in that second round after they were untested completely against Miami. I think it was an inexperienced team that got embarrassed and got their butts kicked. I don't think it's a talent issue in Cleveland. I think it was just a matter of just lackadaisical play and frankly a want to, which I know it's not an excuse, but that's how I see it.
But we don't do that with superstars, Courtney. We don't say, well, they had this issue and that issue. And I think, to me, that's what superstar is to me. When we talk about LeBron and Steph and KD, we say, I don't care what's going on. You're supposed to compete for a championship. That hasn't happened yet for Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell is a great player. Let me be clear on that. But I can understand how someone would say there are a number of players around the NBA that you would choose over him if the idea was to build a championship contender. I think Donovan Mitchell needs more help to win a championship than some of those other stars. Good player, very good player, definitely not a superstar at this stage in his career.
This speaks to a bigger conversation in sports, and it's why I wanted to have this topic on the rundown today, because we do this all the time in it fits in with our firework conversation. Like, we do this too often. I agree with you. There's 3 superstar players right now in the NBA, whether it's KD, the greatest closer, the best scorer currently in the NBA, Stephen Curry, his resume speaks for itself, and of course LeBron James in that category. Can you throw maybe 1 or 2 others in there? Maybe it is a Jason Tatum, somebody who's won a championship, somebody who's been a first-team All-NBA player. Maybe it's Luka Doncic. You got to draw the line somewhere, because there is a true difference between, superstar falls into that category of elite, which the one thing I took, one of my biggest things I took from being on Around the Horn for 3 years, elite was one of our banned words. So if you said it, if you fit it into a conversation, you were losing points. The reason we did that it's because it became hyperbolic conversation where you're throwing everybody into the superstar realm. We'd use this in football all the time, generational, right? Generational talent. How many times have the quarterbacks that have been taken in the first round been listed as generational talents, and how many of them actually pan out, right? Kind of the same thing. It's an overused phrase when saying that somebody is really, really good, great even, would suffice instead of calling them a superstar, because superstar is rare. That's the reason that word means so much, and you dilute it when I think you throw everybody in there. So I don't think Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Haliburton are superstars yet. Could be.
And that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I think that it's in due time they could get there. We'll just have to see. All right, Unsportsmanlike presented by Progressive Insurance. Courtney Cronin, Myron Medcalf coming up next.